Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack. With Season 12 coming to an end, you know what that means. It's time to look back at all the skins that came out this season and reminisce at all the money that we saved by not buying some of these pixels. Or at least some of us. Not me. Definitely not me. But you see, Season 12's a little different. She's not like all the other girls because she managed to have some of the best skins to ever release in the game and somehow also had some of the worst skins with 10 total, 11 actually, total recolors. But let me know in the comments down below what your favorite skin was out of this whole entire season. But hot gamer boys and e girls everywhere, for the first time in these ranking videos, I'm going to be ranking 10 skins back to back to back. We have every single recolor to come out of this season. Taking the bottom two slots are going to be both of Hanzo's recolor. Then we got the two Magma skins with Bastion and Sombra. Ramattra and his Ocean King skin is next, followed by another Ocean skin with Wrecking Ball and his Deep Sea recolor. Then we got Mercy's Dragoon recolor skin, On and her Tomb Walker skin, Tracer and her Evening Wear skin, Widowmaker and her off-brand Medusa skin, and what is the only good recolor, because it actually makes sense to release this one, Sojourn and her Sea Soldier skin. The original skin, the Water Warrior skin, was a World Cup exclusive skin that has not been re-released. So at least keeping the OG of Water Warrior intact by re-releasing a different color of the skin makes sense. But you know Blizzard! They're not gonna keep the OG intact. They're gonna sell Water Warrior eventually. But coming in at the 24th spot is a skin that I don't know if I hate or if I love. But this is Torbjorn's World of Warcraft Collab skin with Diamond Magni. This is just a recolor collab skin from the Blizzard World event in 2018, where a bunch of heroes got different Blizzard skins, whether it was World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, other IPs. So when people saw the World of Warcraft collab get announced, they were excited. Then they saw Reinhardt's skin with the sword get slammed into the ground. They saw that beautiful Widowmaker skin, and eventually Zinya's skin got announced. And who was going to be the fourth skin? A lazy recolor of a Torbjorn's World of Warcraft skin, where they just literally painted him in diamond. And that might seem cool to some people, but me, I think that's just lazy. Like, that is the epitome of lazy recolor skin design, which is why it slightly ranks above all the other recolors, because, okay, it might seem cool to WoW fans, but to me, it's But it looks like Hater You Whack is still here, because for the next 5 slots, I'm gonna be ranking these skins back to back to back to back to back, because all of these polar skins also suck. This is what I mean by saying Season 12 had some of the best and some of the worst skins, and I don't know why they continue to release all of these polar skins, because these aren't the first set of polar skins that we've seen before. A long time ago, they released other polar skins, and my only theory as to why they are obsessed with these polar uniforms is because there was some sort of scrapped PvE mission where they had these uniforms, but then Blizzard decided not to keep their promise and throw PvE into the trash can, which is why they're trying to make up for cut costs by selling them to us. Guess what, Blizzard? They suck. Nobody likes these polar skins. Eventually, one of these skins are going to be made into Twitch drops. Eventually, one of these skins are going to be made into like a free challenge skin or something. Like, they didn't even change that Genji polar skin's mask. They could have given him a beanie like they did with Baptiste. They could have given him some goals like they did with Brigitte, but no, they decided just to have the default Genji mask. But now getting into some real skins at the 18th spot, we got a Zarya skin. Okay, so maybe not real skins at... Nope, a Pep is not a good Zarya skin, but good and Zarya just don't belong in the same sentence. But if it somehow does, it usually includes not a at the beginning of the sentence. I don't know why Blizzard hates Zarya so much, because even with her epic skins, they're garbage. Now, granted, a Pep is at least related to this season's theme, which is Egyptian mythology. We have a snake-like design, so at least there it's fitting. And I really like her makeup, but I don't know, it's just bad. Like, this is just a bad Zarya skin. It's not that cool of a design, besides maybe some of the details like the snake tattoo, but it's a Zarya skin. What can you really expect? At 17, we have a very interesting skin, because this is almost a recolor, but it's not, and it's Sigma's Captain skin. Sigma has more water-themed skins, or just sea captain skins, than actual scientist skins, and that's sad because Sigma's a scientist. Why is he out on the 7 seas when he should be in the lab, bruh? Sea captain, it's fine. Like, I do like the jet ports on his shoulders and his sea captain hat, and his little getup and his attire is cute and adorable. He's a little sea captain, a seaman, if you will. wait a minute. There's not really much else to say about Captain. There's not a lot of details with the skin, even compared to other Sigma skins. But I do like how they included Dad's sandals to expose his little chomper grippers. At the 16th spot, we have a skin that is very beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I think a lot of people just kind of forgot about Farah's Nefertari skin. I think this skin would have made a whole lot more sense to include in the Battle Pass rather than the shop, and I don't know why they stopped including 2 skins in the first tier of the Battle Pass. This would have been perfect slot in the first tier alongside Ana's Oni skin. Besides the placement, the skin, like I said, it's beautiful. It has almost like this marble finish with dust accented throughout the whole entire armor, and I also really like that headpiece. It's this Egyptian bird with wings that flow backwards alongside Farah's hair, and we see that same Egyptian bird on the gun as well. Like, Egyptian Farah skins, there's a lot of them, and all of them are great. Just this one, I feel like could be very forgettable because there's not a lot of details thrown into the skin. At 15, we got a very simple epic skin, but one that only fits the theme, but also looks great. This is Baptiste's mummy skin. Surprisingly, not a lot of mummy skins coming out of this event. That's one of the things that you mostly associate with Egyptian mythology because, well, a lot of the people way back in the day are dead, and I guess Baptiste is one of them, but he came out of his tomb awoken with bright and beautiful blue eyes, a purple complexion to really sell that zombie idea, and robes taking over his clothes to once again sell the idea that he's a mummy, but he still has a sense of fashion. It's a new season. Mercy had to get a skin, and well, what better time to give Mercy her formal wear skin than during the Egyptian mythology season? I leave that question up to you to answer. Why Mercy got the skin during the season, I don't know. And why Mercy got yet another skin for another season, I can't tell you why. And I'll be saying that same thing once again for Kariko. I've always been an advocate for giving heroes some more traditional dresses and clothes as if they're going to a gala or a ball. And well, this fits the bill. She does look very rich and posh with her golden dress matching her golden staff, and her hairdo, well, okay, her hairdo is very controversial. Some people think that it looks like clay. Some people think that it looks way too like formatted and doesn't really look all free flowing. I don't know, but I like all of her accessories. I mean, it really fits the vibe that Mercy's going for. It's just, I don't know, this is like one of those controversial skins that just wouldn't have been so controversial just if it came at like a different time. At 13, we have another solid Doomfist skin with Bast Doomfist. Low-key in Overwatch 2, Doomfist has been killing it with his skin. Is this his best skin? Some people can argue because they really like kitties, and well, they have an Egyptian kitty with Doomfist. Kitty! But some people can argue saying that's not his best skin because there's not too much going on with it other than just a golden armor kitty skin. Kitty! I like it. Like, if they were ever to give a cat skin to Doomfist, this is what I envision. Something that isn't too menacing, but it's still cute. It's an Egyptian cat that has glowing blue underglow to really emphasize the face of the cat. It looks cute, man. I like it. Barely missing the top 10, coming in back to back. The 12th and 11th spot, we got the dual high skins with Soldier 76 and Diva. Diva just barely beating out Soldier, mainly just because I really like Diva's mask. It's one of the details that makes me fall in love with both these skins, but especially Soldier's. We even see the details in his gun with C4 wiring and a bomb number to represent how many bullets are in the chamber. Also a phone number written for the black van, whatever that means. This is definitely one of Soldier's best guns, but in terms of the skin, man, he looks fly. He has the nice black suit with a wolf scary mask. That's something that we don't really expect with Soldier, mainly with like Reaper whatnot. So to see a wolf mask on Soldier is insane, but looks really cool. And we see more of those details with the Diva skin, just a little bit more obvious in front and center. Like the Diva weapon charm is the same mask that she wears. Also, the mecha is the car that I can only assume is the getaway, but it's not the black van that's written on Soldier's gun, so I don't know why it's purple. They should have made it black. But I think my favorite part about both of these high skins is that you see money falling from the sky because, well, they're robbing a bank. That's the whole point of a heist. These are just really sick skins, and especially for a hero like Soldier that desperately needs more skin. But cracking in the top 10 are 10 of some of the best skins I've ever seen with Overwatch. This was hard to rank, but taking the 10th spot is a Genji skin, a very underrated Genji skin that goes by the name of Omakase. I probably butchered that, but that translates to basically the guests leaving it up to the Japanese chef to make our dinner, to make our food. Most commonly seen in sushi restaurants, we see a lot of that represented with Genji's clothes, whether it's the sushi apron with the fish that's dead right smack dab on the chest, or the knives that we see with his knife and his sword are sushi knives, and then we have a little sushi hat as well. Like, overall, this is a great skin for a hero that it actually makes sense to give. Is this Genji's best skin? Absolutely not, but I like the fact that it is so fitting on so many levels, whether it's the knife or the occupation and the region that this skin is inspired from is very fitting for a hero that only he could really get, or maybe Hanzo, and I guess Kuriko. Okay, so maybe not just him, but taking the number 9 spot is a skin that when I first saw in the trailer, I just fell in love with. And Iliari's Thoth skin is just a beautiful work of art. Ironically, given to the Sun Child is a moon skin, and we see so many moon elements, whether it's the moon crescent on her chest, the moon cape on her, well, cape that also has moving stars, and having this beautiful nighttime color palette just really sells me on this skin. Like, this is just such a beautiful skin. The makeup is fantastic. The headpiece and the hair design is beautiful as well. Like, there's just so much that went into this skin for a hero that I wouldn't say is lacking in the skin department, at least compared to, say, someone like Venture. I love Iliari, but I especially love the skins that she gets, and I just really hope in the future that she could be maybe half of what Blizzard sees with Mercy and Kuriko when it comes to skins. Here's a skin that I wish I could put so much higher on the list. In fact, I even bumped it up one slot, and this is Echo's Aset skin. For those that don't know, in the 5 seconds of research that I did, Aset is basically the goddess Isis, and we see that Egyptian goddess design perfectly represented in the skin, whether it's with the hairpiece or the bird-like wings from the Egyptian bird, and also this gold finish that is just so beautiful, man. None of the colors clash with each other. They play nice with each other with the blues and the teals and even some of the reds that complement that gold finish seen throughout her whole entire armor. And I also just find myself drowning in the deep blue sea of Echo's eyes. Like, so much about this skin I absolutely love, and I'm so glad that they gave it to Echo and not Orisa. But here's our first real World of Warcraft collab skin. Coming in at the 7th spot, we got Zenyatta's Thrall skin. Now, just a reminder, I never played World of Warcraft, but that's not going to affect the placement on this list, but rather just how the skin looks and what it's inspired from. And this Thrall Zenyatta skin, it's good. This is a good collab skin. Now, even though I never played WoW, I know a little bit about some of the characters, and at least the Thrall is like the war chief or the head honcho of the Horde. And while Zenyatta might not have been my first choice of giving the Thrall skin, I think what they did here, I think is pretty solid. Give it an Omnic, almost like an ogre-like skin with the green skin. Then we have chains with electricity going throughout his whole entire wrist, and the orbs are a very interesting design, almost looking like a Pokeball. It's not my favorite WoW skin, but if you're for the Horde, then I'm thinking you can find some solace in this skin, especially with that highlight intro with the hammer too. I love how all 3 of the Warcraft skins got some sort of highlight intro. So it seems like I'm placing the mythic skins lower and lower every passing season. And while the Anubis Reaper mythic skin is not a bad mythic skin by any means, it's sad what Blizzard is doing with mythic skins. I'll explain what I mean by that in a minute, but talking about the skin, this is fantastic. While so many people will say that should have gone to Ramatra, I think Reaper is a good second choice because, well, it looks fantastic. An Anubis god with an all-black finish and red details to complement this skin, it looks great. And I think the masks are also great too. We have the default Anubis mask, and then we have almost like this dog puppy mask, which is cute, and then we have this menacing skull face that once again portrays Reaper's classic skin perfectly just in his mythic skin. Like, this is definitely not a bad mythic skin by any means, but it's just the customization that I feel like is a little bit lacking, most notably with his guns, because he only has one gun option, and I think that's due to the fact that they're starting to release mythic weapon skins now. Ana just got a mythic weapon skin, and I feel like development went more into that than trying to design a Reaper skin gun. While I love the Egyptian skull design for his shotguns, I want to see maybe more mummy. Now, what is the lesser out of the 2 Oni thing? Now, what is the lesser out of the 2 Oni skins? Just because it kind of doesn't really make sense for this hero, but it looks fantastic. It's Ana and her Oni skin. This was one of the first skins that you got in the Battle Pass at Tier 1, and I don't know why. Like, I'm glad we have it in the Battle Pass because this is a fantastic skin. It's one of the biggest reasons why you should get this season's Battle Pass if you care about going into debt for Blizzard. Now, Ana has always been versatile with her skins. She could be a pirate, she could be a grandma on vacation, or she could be a Japanese ghost with one of the scariest masks of all time, but it looks so cool. I just really like the deep blood red seen throughout the whole entire skin and the light blue accent colors that complement it. Like, it just really makes the blue pop out out and really makes the red seem all that more menacing and scary. Like I'm always saying, Ana is a sleeper pick when it comes to skins, and this just really solidified her when it comes to being the best hero to get skins for. Now look, I know so many people hate on Kiriko getting a skin every single season, but when you're getting skins like Oni, you can't lie and say that you wouldn't want her to get even more skins. I'm a sucker for Kiriko skins, and it's mainly because they look so good. And Oni Kiriko is definitely one of my favorite Kiriko skins of all time. Not only because, well, it's fitting for Kiriko. She's Japanese, she's a ninja, so giving her a classic samurai but ghost skin is great. We got a golden Oni mask on her shoulder as armor, a golden wolf on her belt, and that same wolf mask with sharp teeth covering her mouth. I also just love the little wind effect in her silver white fox hair with blue tips to match her blue makeup seen throughout. Also the tattoo on her shoulder. Like, this is a legendary of all legendary skin. One of the first times I see the blue fox and Torigate ultimate design effect incorporated in one of her skins. It's very subtle, but it's awesome. It's really what sells the skin. Like, they literally ate and left no crumbs with the skin, even with her accessories, with her kunai and her papers, even her cleansing grenade is cool too. While I know Kiriko is always getting skins, and she's even getting another one next season with the My Hero Academia collab, I mean, it's not like they're bad skins, so why wouldn't they continue to make it? It's a win-win for everybody. It's a win for weebs like me, and it's a win for Blizzard because they continuously get my money. And your money, and everybody's money. One of the best Battle Pass skins that doesn't make any sense as to why they released it this season, but I'm glad that they did. Claiming the number 3 spot is Dorothy Ash. This is the official collab skin of the Wizard of Oz. This, of course, being inspired by Dorothy, the main character in the Wizard of Oz. But it's not even really the Dorothy skin that makes me love this skin, but rather the Tin Man Bob skin with the missing red heart on his chest. It's so good, man. I love this skin. We also see some of the other characters incorporated with her accessory. But while Bob is the main star of the show, Ash isn't too shabby herself, of course, being inspired by Dorothy. But I also love the blue color scheme that they got going on with her accent colors, whether it's the ribbon or her knot on her collar, but also her blue eyes. Normally she has red eyes, but they changed it to blue, which I don't really think that they do too often. But if they would have had red eyes, it would have killed it. But changing it to blue, mwah, chef's kiss. But now we reached the top 2 best season 12 skins, and don't get this twisted, both of these skins could easily be number 1, but the reason why I put Widowmaker and her Sylvanas skin at the 2nd spot is for one reason I'll get into. But this is a beautiful skin, one for a World of Warcraft player that has 0 hours played, that can still have a deep appreciation for this skin. Now, Sylvanas was formerly part of the Horde and also the Forsaken. That's at least from the 5 seconds of research that I had done while looking up this character. But at the end of the day, it's all about this skin, and man, it looks good, man. Nobody else besides Baby Hanzo could have gotten this skin. Exposed in the belly, still getting that awesome armor, but that's still as menacing with that skull on the side and her piercing red eyes with the mascara running down. It's the mascara. It's the mascara that really does it for me. I also just love whenever you ult with Widowmaker, her eyes just get even more red, and then they pop back to normal when she's done ulting. That's a nice little touch. Her gun, I like the almost like scorpion design with that same skull that we see on her shoulder on the side as well. It's a nice, interesting design for a character that mainly uses a bow and arrow, and that's the only reason why she's at the number 2 spot. So it's not entirely fitting for Widowmaker, but it's still good, man. Like, that's the only reason why it doesn't rank out at number 1, because everything about this skin is a straight 10 out of 10 when it comes to a collab skin. But it's not the best skin, because the hero that introduced the collab is going to be taking the crown and the throne as the best skin coming out of season 12, and this is going to be Reinhardt and his Lich King skin. When I see this skin, it makes me want to play World of Warcraft. I want to know more about the Lich King. I want to know more about the story of World of Warcraft, and I want to know how I can get that sword, because that sword is so cool. Very rare whenever they change the hammer for Reinhardt. They've changed it to an axe before, but they mainly stay true to it being a hammer, but changing it to a sword, some people will have a problem with it because of gameplay purposes, but when the Lich King is using and wielding a sword, you gotta give Reinhardt a sword too. I mean, it was the perfect opportunity to do so. And his armor with the skull seen throughout, also the ghoul effect eyes and the long flowing white hair, it's so good, man. And I feel like World of Warcraft fans love this skin because it's for a hero that's also beloved for Reinhardt. It's so good, man. I can't say it enough. It's good. It's great. This World of Warcraft collab, the more that I see the skins, the more that I realize, hey, maybe it's not so underrated. Maybe it's... No, it's definitely underrated. Maybe after this collab, maybe now I'll have a reason to play. But until that happens, let me know what your favorite Season 12 skin is. And until the next time, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching more Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.